and shifting of this music, church music and this Hindustani classic. Was it a match or mismatch?
It was a great match because, and you should remember, the Indo-Germanic languages, to which Indian languages and European basic languages belong, and they are fundamental, Indo-Germanic. And also Mr. Darwin has said that long before man was able to communicate through spoken words.
Who had said? Darwin.
Darwin himself. Man communicated through musical sounds, which we can even today watch little children. All that is music, Even in the Tamil, when they say, Vanga, Ukaranga, what is it? Sagasa. It is those are the, if you musically analyze, they are very musical intervals. Therefore, in other words, so if then the crux of the point is, if articulate speech came out of musical substrate, and if Indo-Germanic languages are common, so the musical substrate was common to both. And therefore, no wonder Bhim Palasi shows up in India as well as in France and in Europe.
Exactly. Can you give an example?
Yeah, this is the example. Bhim Palasi, of course, you know. Which one?
Kalyani. Yaman.
That will be difficult. I'll say that Bhim Palasi is easy.
Okay.
Ni sa ga ma pa ni sa sa ni da pa ma pa ga ma sa ri sa. I'll sing a Gregorian chant.
Okay.
Then, because I was terribly arrested when I heard this, for the first time. Kyrie Nisagama Panisa. See that?
So touching.
So touching and so similar to Bhim Palasi.
So for you, there was no shifting.
No shifting.
Yes, okay.
It was actually reinforcing.
Reinforcing. That's right. So this was going on 2 years. And this was, I can call it a third layer in your life. Okay. Now I can see when I look back, you have so many layers. Okay.
Yes.
So how did you went, even though Mumbai was, or Bombay, was 110 miles from Pune. How did you reach movie industry in Bombay?
I should tell you.
How did that happen?
It happened very simple. I decided to quit priesthood. Because the simple fact was that celibacy, the fact that priests cannot have anything to do with women, and caused me some psychological as well as physical, shall I say, strenuousness, what is some tension. I did not want to live with that. I said, this is not right. This is not meant for me. So I told my superiors that I am not cut out for the celibate life. So they said, pray for a little longer. After that, you can make a choice. So according to the advice I did, and I made the choice to opt out from the celibate Catholic priesthood. And those fathers were so good, they sent me with a little money to Bombay, to one of their friends, to Bandra. And then one of the fathers, this German fathers, was a parish priest, and in his parish there was a certain Mr. Norona, a Mangalorean. He had a pen company there by the name Doric, D-O-R-I-C. You must have seen it.
Pen company.
So I was made to survive as a clerk
in the company.
It wasn't Flora Fountain. So every day I would travel from Bandra in that train to Flora Fountain. It was under this, it was above the city bank in Flora Fountain. And all that what I was writing. Dear sir, we have forwarded 2 dozens of Doric pen.
That's all.
Kindly forward the correct amount.
That was your job.
That was my job, writing for 1 whole year.
This is, I think, absolute. Did you enjoy that?
No.
No.
I was becoming sick.
Yeah.
So I kept on. And one of these, during one of these days, when I was living in Bandra, I was passing by Carter Road. Carter, C-A-R-T.
Okay.
As I was walking by, I saw on one wall, Naushad. I said, our good old Naushad is living here. So I said, I looked around, there was no Gurkha. So, if there was a Gurkha, of course, I just opened the gate and went inside.
You went inside?
Inside, there was
Navshad's house?
Navshad's compound.
Yeah.
There was no dog and no Gurkha. So I went and rang. Very strange. I rang the bell. Navshad sir opened the door.
Himself?
Himself. Out of the blue. It was about 5 o'clock in the evening. Then, of course, I could recognize him because he had this smallpox mark. And I've seen his pictures also. I told him, now stay, and I said, so I'm your fan. I sing all your old songs.
Yeah.
He said, where are you coming from? I said, sir, I'm from Pune, but I'm originally from Kerala. Kerala? Are you joking? You sing Hindi songs in Kerala? Yes. And he said, come, let me hear you. You opened the door.
Oh, you opened the door?
Yeah, opened.
You are lucky.
Yeah. I sat and he gave me a cup of tea. Then he said, sing me a song.
You remember which song you sang?
Of course. Rim jim bhar se
The same song.
masti hawa. He said, I have forgotten this. You are singing with all the interlude. And so he said, I forgot, and your pronunciation of Urdu is unbelievable. He said, who taught you? I said, nobody taught me. We are just imitating this Lataji. So he was intrigued. First of all, I am so small, and I am pronouncing these Urdu words correctly, and the melody and the interludes are by heart. So he was in a good mood. He said, take my phone number, call me occasionally.
Keep calling you occasionally.
Yes.
Okay.
So I took that, and every month I would call. Navshad had 10 children,
Okay.
7 girls and 3 boys. So every time I call him once a month, one of the girls will pick up the phone and say, Abbu घर में नहीं है.
So how long this continued?
1 year.
1 year? And you did not give up?
I didn't give up. One day I went directly again to the house.
Again to the house.
Luckily again I was admitted, and I told Navshad Sahab, now situation is very bad. This is life and death situation.
Okay.
I can't write those letters anymore. So then he said, okay, you come next Sunday, I'll give you a test.
Oh, test, one more test.
So I went. Test was this. He had, in that movie, one of those movies, a song like this. So, Payaliya mori re, dhani re sa sa payaliya. But that was a current melody. I did not know that. So he asked me to take down this melody. I was very happy. I noted down. Everything fine. Then he said, you put some chords to it and write a counter melody for the violin.
Oh, counter melody.
Yeah, for the violin. And this is the main melody. You write another melody on the top and select the chords. And he went up, went to sleep. This was around 10 o'clock in the morning. So I was so happy, Navshad is asking me to select chords. So I went to the piano. There was a piano. I wanted to put the first chord. I can't. Because this raga does not have panchama.
Oh, this doesn't have pancham.
Pancham. It's not there. So I sat at the piano for 15 minutes, perspiring. I couldn't do a thing. I said, I got the golden opportunity to do something. And our chord system doesn't work. I sat there, I think for a long time, and I became very nervous. And finally, I thought he might come down any moment. I should do something. So I said, let me cook up some chords. So I did things like this. I mean, avoiding Panchamam, I made up some chords and wrote a counter melody quickly and sat down. Yeah. He came after 1 more hour. Then he looked, he does not know how to read notes, but he looked at it and said,
He didn't know how to read.
He doesn't, yeah. You said you called Subbiya. Subbiya ki. So Mr. Pinto ko bulao.
Who was Mr. Pinto?
So I have no idea who this Mr. Pinto is. So Mr. Pinto comes, an old man, aged 70. He was a Goan gentleman with an old violin in his armpit. Opens the thing and Nasha Sahib said, Pinto Sahib, ये counter melody आप बजाइए, मैं melody बजाता हूँ हारमोनियम पे, अब जेरी साहब उसका chords डालेगा. So we all three played this song and Pinto Sahib plays my counter melody. After that he closes the thing and Nasha Sahib says, Pinto Sahib, आपका क्या राय है? Yeah, so Pinto did not look at me. He closed the box and took the thing, and while walking out he said, he knows, the boy knows what he is doing.
Oh, that's good.
And from then Nasha said, you can come tomorrow morning onwards, you be here. That's the way.
So now you entered Naushad's life, I would say.
Yes.
So how was your life with Naushad?
Yeah. As it was very casual, nothing, big show, nothing. He told me all sorts of old stories like how he ran away from his home.
He ran away.
Yeah, he ran away from his home because his father was a Orthodox Muslim, and Orthodox Muslims believe music will remove you from loving God. You will run after women, you will run after drinks.
Alcohol.
And music and all this go together. So the father used to beat the boy because the boy used to play the harmonium in a local harmonium shop. And so one day, I think he was 17 or 18, he ran away from Lucknow. What we call, he got into a train and landed in Bombay. And he was sleeping on footpath.
What?
Yeah, of course, footpath. There's no choice. And the only sure thing he heard somehow from fellow musician whom he met was that there was a studio in Dadar. There, if you go at 8 o'clock in the morning, they would give one bun and one cup of tea to the musicians. And when he went there, you found 30, 40 musicians crowding around the
Studio.
gate. A studio gate outside on the road.
Outside.
So then everyone got the bun and very happy. Then suddenly somebody would open the door and say, "Dholak bajane wala koi hai?" Then suddenly Ghulam Muhammad gets up.
Oh, that Ghulam Muhammad.
He goes in. You can't, they don't know what happened. Next day Naushad comes again. Harmonium bajane wala koi hai? Naushad doubtfully looked around. Nobody is getting up. So he got up. हाँ जी. अंदर आओ. झंडे खान साहब की आपकी इंतजार में. Jhande Khan was a great vocalist. What do you call? Gavaiya. In those days, music directors were all Gavaiyas.
I don't understand that. Who were the Gavaiyas?
Yeah, in those days, a music director. See, nowadays, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can compose some music and say, I am a music director.
I see.
In those days, the producers and directors selected only men who were acknowledged as musicians. Only vocalists were taken as music directors. They have to be what we call in South India Bhagavatar. That means, one who sings kacheri, classical music. In north of India, they are called Gavaiyas. Like Fayaz Khan, Jhande Khan, like that.
Okay.
So this Jhande Khan was the music director for one movie, and he wanted somebody to play the harmonium in something.
Okay.
So Naushad sat down, and we found Ghulam Muhammad is already sitting there with his dholak. So he sat with the harmonium, and Jhande Khan was pleased with this harmonium playing. And so he became Jhande Khan's assistant.
Okay.
Like that, Naushad.
So Naushad.
He started his career.
When you met Naushad,
Yeah.
how many assistant music directors
Yeah.
he had?
When I went to him, he had only one senior assistant by the name Muhammad Shafi.
Shafi.
He was actually from Indore.
Okay.
He belonged to that group of Muslims who are traditional sitar people. Okay. Like, let's say, Vilayat Khan, Rais Khan,
Okay.
or Imrat Khan.
Okay.
Or he was also related to Mr. Amir Khan of Indore, vocalist.
Vocalist, yeah.
He was so much related to him that Mr. Shafi ran away with his wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, when I met Shafi Saab, he was happily living with this lady. Apparently, they had talaq and all that.
Okay.
This lady has Amir Khan's daughter. An amazing singer that girl was.
Oh, really?
And when I met her, she was in the college, maybe 19, 20-year-old girl, very short. And she used to sing all these Hindi film songs like Lata ji, with clarity and so on. But these people wouldn't allow her to become a performer. The traditional Muslim background, no lady should go out and sing and all that. So, anyway, Shafi Saab was a senior man, and he received me with both his hands, knowing that I might displace him. But he was a very great man.
So, where was your assistantship going on? You had a separate studio? Or?
Oh, no. Our assistantship is fundamentally in Naushad's house. Yeah, we are all making the songs and arranging the orchestra, writing everything on paper in the house. And only on the day of recording, we will go out to the studio and distribute all these papers and say 1, 2, 3, 4 and start.
So, you were a part of his family, basically.
I would say I was a part of his intimate music making group. Indirectly of the family, because I was eating with them, breakfast, lunch and tea.
So, what was your day like this? I mean, you were...
I used to come from Mehboob Studio. I was living close to Mehboob Studio. That's in the Andrews Church and all that. I used to cycle. I had a Philips cycle, 24-inch cycle. My leg wouldn't reach the thing. But there was nobody on the road early morning, so I would reach here. They will give me breakfast and I'll be ready. If Naushad would call me, I'll go to him in his air-conditioned room and ask. He will ask me to take down the melody. Or he will ask, "Acha, sahab ye mukda suniye, iska ek antara banane ki koshish kijiye." Like that.
Antara you will...
I might make one antara. Then he may take that and modify that into something else.
Can you tell us one of the songs that...
मेरा प्यार भी तू है, ये बहार भी तू है, तू ही नजरों में जाने तमन्ना, तू ही नजारों में.
Sati?
This is my contribution.
Sati, right?
Yes, Sati. Yeah. So like that, you cannot say I made the whole song. It is always something from that side, from this side.
That's interesting. So he will make sthai.
Sthai.
And you will make antara.
Antara or vice versa.
Vice versa.
Or I may change something and he may change something.
And how about intermediate music?
Yeah, music is, of course, sometimes he will have definite idea. Say, do it like this. Give us a bare melody, and then with orchestration, we can do a lot of things.
I'm slightly changing the subject. Same music. Naushad's competitor, I can say, was Shankar Jaikishan.
One of the many competitors.
One of the many competitors. And Shankar Jaikishan had his own style. Naushad was very much Hindustani.
Yes.
He did not bring much Western music like Shankar Jaikishan. So Naushad, but I heard